guys, today we are going to start something different. We're going to start talking about percents. So I know we've all had this sort of panic feeling before when we look down, we see our battery on our phone or our computer or a Chromebook or whatever is like at 1%. And we know that's not a good thing, right? So today I'm hoping when we talk about percents, you'll have a better understanding of when we use percents, besides when we're just looking at our phone, and how they affect your everyday life. All right, so this is actually a mini unit. This is not like a unit 6 that we're starting. This is just a little mini unit. It's only going to be for the rest of this week. You will not actually have a summative for this unit, but you will have 2 formatives, one of which will be today. So, a lot of times in math classes, I feel like students ask, or just all classes, when are we ever going to use this in the real world? And I'm here to tell you, percents is something that you will use all the time. Ask your parents, they will attest to this fact. For example, when you leave a tip at a restaurant, you're using percents. To figure out your grades, I just had somebody ask me this week how a certain test score would affect their overall average in the classroom, so that's a percent. When something's on sale, we've all been to a store and seen 20% off. And then paying sales tax. If you go in to buy something and you only have $1 on you, and the item costs 99 cents, do you have enough? What percent is sales tax? So let's take a look at what the word percent actually means. We can think of this as 2 separate words, per and cent. Well, per just means each, or we could say for every. Okay, and then cent. Well, think about the word cent like pennies, right? 1 cent, 2 cents. How many cents are in $1? Or a century. How many years are in a century? 100, right? So percent just means each 100, or for every 100, or per 100. You're going to hear me say that a few more times today. So we know it means per 100, but what exactly is a percent? Well, basically it is a part of a whole. These are 2 key words, part and whole. For example, 23 over 100. Well, we know the 23 right here, right? That's the part out of the whole. Well, the whole is 100, okay? 23%. So I kind of gave that away right there. How else can I write this? Well, I can write this as 23%. Another way I could write that, this is 23 over 100, or 23 hundredths. Whoops, sorry about that. I can write that right there. So 3 different ways. We have it as a fraction, we have as a decimal, and we have as a percent. You notice that when we wrote the percent, the decimal disappeared. Basically, we moved it 2 spaces over and put the percent sign. All right? And again, this percent right here means per 100, 23 per 100. All right. Hopefully when I said part and whole, it made you think of a unit we've already had, which was ratios. Remember when we did the ratios? And we could write ratios as part to part or part to whole. For example, we might have said how many cats to dogs. Well, that's part to part. Or we could say the ratio of cats to all the total animals. All right, so let's think about that. The ratio of cats, well, here's 1 cat, here's a 2nd cat, and here's a 3rd cat. So remember, order matters in ratios, right? So I see the word cats first. So 3 out of my total animals, and yes, this is a dog. I know it's a very fluffy puppy, but it is a dog. How many total animals do you see? The whole, in other words, we see 5. Again, this is your part, the cats. This is the whole. Knowing this right here, part whole, is going to make this unit super easy for you. And again, percent means what? Per 100. Now, you might be looking at this 3 over 5 right here and thinking, okay, you keep saying per 100, but I don't see a 100 here. Let me show you. Okay, so let's say we have a question like this. What percent is 45 of 60? And again, we're thinking part and whole. So looking at this problem right here, what's the part? Well, the part is 45. What's the whole? 60. What is it that you're looking for? Well, what we're looking for is what percent. So we're trying to find the percent. Okay, I'm going to show you something super, super important for this unit. This is the one piece that you absolutely positively must know. As soon as you see a percent problem, I want you to write this down immediately. You ready? Okay, we have a line. We're going to be writing a fraction. We have an equal sign, and then we have another fraction that we're writing, and I'm going to head and filled in 100%. This is the part right here that you will always know, 100%. You know that. Okay. So all of this is about part over whole. So go back to our problem right here. Do we know the part? Well, the part is 45. Do I know the whole? Yes, the whole is 60. In other words, 60 is 100%. So apparently, I am looking for the percent, which is the part. When we don't know a value in math class, what do we use? A variable, right? There you go. This right here is how you're going to set up every percent problem that you have. Sometimes the x will be right here if you're looking for the percent, like we are in this problem. Sometimes it might be over here. We'll get to some more like that in a moment. So, when I have an equal sign between two fractions, I can cross multiply. Remember, like the butterfly? What is 60 times x? It's just 60x, right? That means multiplication. What is 45 times 100? 4,500. There you go. Now look at this. This is just a one-step equation, and you guys are awesome at one-step equations. How do I solve this? Well, I draw my line. How do I get x by itself? I'm going to divide. By what? By 60. I'm going to do that on both sides. Okay? So, my 60s over here cancel out, and I am left with x is equal to, well, what's 4,500 divided by 60? Guess what? This is a calculator unit. I'm going to grab one. I'm back with a calculator. Okay, so remember, we're going to put in our calculator 4,500 divided by 60, and I got 75. Now remember, this is over percent, and it's asking us what percent. So when we answer, we don't want to just put 75. We want to make sure we have that percent sign. Okay. So for today, you are going to watch a video and answer 4 questions. Then you're going to have some practice problems that you're going to do of 3 different types of percent problems. And then you are going to take a formative check. All right. This should be enough to get you started. I want you to watch the video and answer the 4 questions next. Then I'll be back with another short video going over some sample problems, and we'll do 3 types of percent problems together. All right, enjoy this mini unit.